Good evening, secret agents. It's Lisa Robbie here saying hi from Cairns, and I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to participate in this webinar tonight. It's a workshop that I completed here with the local agents in Cairns, and it's great that I've got this tool to be able to share it with you tonight. I'm just doing a few little adjustments, and looking forward to people joining us tonight. Now I am going to open up the question and answer box, and if you have any questions tonight, then as we go through, then please don't hesitate to use that question and answer. Oh, does this feature is disabled? Just hang on, I'll see if I can fix this. I need my glasses. Otherwise I can't see. But I know you get reflection from my glasses, and if I need to read tonight, I hope that doesn't bother you too much. Okay, so there's a chat window there. So if you have any questions along the way, just pop them in that chat box, and if I see them pop up, I'll answer as we go. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes just to make sure everybody that wanted to get on has joined us here. Okay. And see you there, Maureen. You can see Maureen's trying to get on. Is anyone else having trouble? If you are, you can send me a message on Facebook chat, and we'll see if we can problem solve. Just send this link again. Now we'll pop it in our group page. I can't seem to paste. Sorry, guys. Love technology. Never seems to be simple. Okay. Great, Maureen. It's good that you've got me. I'll just post that link one more time. Just tell everyone that we are live. Okay. So yes, look, if you've just joined us, a reminder, there's that chat window where you are able to ask questions. I've also got my Facebook chat window open, so if you want to ask any questions along the way, please feel free to use that medium as well. Just getting my desktop sorted out here. Okay, so yes, once again, thank you so much for joining us and for taking the time. I hope you've got your printout in front of you, because that's what we're going to work through tonight, and we'll go through it quite quickly. There are sections that need to be completed and filled in by you, but that can be your homework. So rather than pausing for long periods and getting you to fill in that worksheet, we'll just keep rolling through, and you can come back to those sections and fill them in. But there are there's plenty of space there for you to jot down anything that I mention, any prompts for yourself, anything at all. This is yours, and of course, if you make a mess of it, you can print out another one, no problem. Okay, so here is our Launchpad workshop, and we're just going to flick over to It's All About You, this page here. Okay, now you've come here tonight because you have identified some deficit in your knowledge, learning, skills, and so on. And what you're hoping to do is learn from me, who has listened to so many webinars and vision casts and so on over the last couple of years, and I've picked up lots of pearls, and you know, I consider it my role to share those with you and shortcut the process for you. Now, there are some things that I have learnt along the way, and it has been helpful being a teacher at uni, because I taught to adults, and there's a few things that I wanted to share with you. So, and these are the adult learning principles, and that is that first and foremost, adult learning is problem oriented. And for you, that means that, like I mentioned, you have identified a deficit, you've identified a problem, and you've come to join this webinar and the vision casts on Monday night and the books you read and other audios and videos that you find on YouTube and other places. You come to those mediums to bridge the gap. So that's a really important thing. You know, children learn because we tell them to. They don't necessarily identify that learning need, but in adults we do. And I want you to continue that journey. If you find that you are lacking in knowledge or skill, then use an appropriate resource to bridge that gap. Find a vision cast in the Vimeo channel. Go into your back office and watch those the bootcamp videos over and over again. Go back to your books, audios, listen to Jim Rohn over and over again. But always be prepared to find those issues that are holding you back. And that dream chasing worksheet that we have in Controlled Chaos is also going to help you identify those. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, go into files in our group and look for the dream chasing workshop worksheet and print that out, because there are sections there that will identify, help you identify areas where you need some help. Now, moving across to another circle there is that you have experience as an adult, and it doesn't matter where you've worked in the past or how long you've been in this industry, or if you're fresh and brand new. You always bring your experience to the table, and that's really important in this learning environment, because we learn from each other. And as we go along and we're doing our wow parties and presenting the business opportunity, we're doing sit downs, coffee dates and so on, we all have experience to draw on, and it's really important that we continue to share those stories with others in our groups, in our teams, and across our whole community, so that we can all draw from your experiences and learn together. Now, the next point I want to make there is that you're internally motivated. You know, once again, children are, you know, they're told to study, but you have an internal motivation, and that's your why. You're here because you want something different, better for you, for your family, for your community, and you know, you want a legacy. You want to pass something on. You want to make a difference, whether that's just to your life or others as well. So you have that why, you have that motivation inside you, and it's really important to keep focused on that, to remain mindful of your needs. And the next circle along has in there ready to learn. Adults won't learn if they're not ready. If you're not on this webinar tonight, it's perhaps because you're not ready. And look, that's okay. We are self-directed. That's the next circle. We decide what we need to learn and when. But you also need to give yourself some direction in that. You need to give yourself a little prod in that direction. And if you want to have a successful business, you need to realize that what you do have to do is be ready to learn always. You know, I'm learning on a daily basis. I am plugged in to books, audios, videos, webinars, and so on. I never stop learning, and it is a commitment that I make to me, my family, our business, and I am always ready to learn because I want the success at the other end. And then, of course, you know, in being self-directed, I decide through identifying my needs, what I need to then go and learn. So look, again, reiterating, thank you for coming along and for watching this tonight. I hope that you get some value out of this workshop. It is going to go for a long time. And once again, that chat window is open. Please ask questions there or in Facebook. Oops, there's one there now, I believe. Hang on a second. No, okay. All right, let's just flick over to the next page in our workshop. Now, I've formulated 5 steps to success, and over the last couple of years, when you know, I've gathered all this information, I thought, what is everybody really telling us? I need to put this into a process. I need to put this into some kind of step-by-step formula, because all this information seemed to be coming to me in dribs and drabs, bits and pieces. And so I just thought, what is it that everybody is really telling me? And I guess, and the 5 steps are, they're at the top of our Controlled Chaos page. And, you know, first and foremost, that we must believe. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in the company. We have to believe in the products and the compensation plan. We have to connect with people so that our lists never run out. We have to make friends with people. And that doesn't mean you have to become best friends, but you do have to make friends. And then once we've established that rapport and relationship with people, the next step in the process is to make that exposure. And whether that's a business sit down, whether it is a wow party, 5 in 5, samples, we have to make that exposure. And then, of course, once we've brought people on as VIPs and agents, then we have to nurture that relationship and look after them. When we look after people, then we know that we will get their loyalty. So we're going to go through now each of those 5 steps, and we're going to start with belief. Okay, so we've all heard about the daily methods of operation, and I'm certainly not going to teach you anything that is available in your back office today. But you know, your first daily method of operation is to be a productive product, to use your products every single day, to use the secret regimen. And the important thing to know is why. Why are we doing that? Well, first of all, it's going to get you using the products so that you know, so that you're not clumsy with them, so you know how they work, how they apply, any issues that people may encounter in that application. But really, really importantly, you're going to see the results on you. You're going to give you are going to be your best testimonial for your family and friends. So you need to be using these products. You need to be improving the condition of your skin, whether it's eczema, psoriasis, lines and wrinkles, hair, scalp, whatever it may be. You need to work on that, and that will grow your belief in the products. And then really importantly, share those stories. Because I can tell you, there are some agents out there at the moment who are having some incredible, really exciting success just by sharing stories. And there are people not even trying product. So be your best testimonial, use the products, and really start to grow that belief. The second daily method of operation is to make that exposure, to demo the products. And And, you know, like I mentioned, that will happen through either the samples, a 5 in 5, a wow party, or through a business exposure. This is the only real activity that is going to lead to money. All the others contribute to it. All the others will contribute to belief and being connected to the community and all that kind of stuff. But this is the one activity that is going to lead to money. And when you earn money, then that grows your belief in a compensation plan. It also grows your belief in you. So you need to keep in this activity. And I understand that it's perhaps the hardest one of our DMOs to get engaged in because, you know, that I guess for many people takes you outside of the comfort zone. But it is important because this is going to grow your belief in the compensation plan and in your abilities. Now, the third one, of course, is connecting with community. And it's important to do that. Don't be a voyeur in the Facebook groups. You need to participate. Now, look, if you rocked up to a party and you walked in the door, you grabbed a drink and you went and sat in the corner, and you didn't talk to anybody, you didn't dance, you probably didn't even get up and eat any food, and you just sat there like a wallflower, you had a drink, and okay, it's the end of the night, it's time to go. You're not going to go and tell your workmates the next day that party was awesome. You need to participate. So participate in the groups. Secret Agent Australia and your team group, they are absolute musts. Look, it only takes 2, 3, 5 minutes on your lunch break to quickly flick through and see what's new, what's been posted there, and do it again in the evening, because, you know, if you really want your business to grow, then you need to stay connected. You need to find out the latest that's happening. You need to support other team members. You know, if you enroll an agent and you introduce them to Secret Agents Australia, you put post their introduction, their welcome in Secret Agents Australia, and nobody says welcome, how are you going to feel, and how are they going to feel? You've just probably told them about this awesome community that we call Secret, and everybody is here to cheer and support you, and then you post their photo in Secret Agents Australia and say, welcome, please help me welcome my team member. And she's there, or he is there going, oh, where's all this welcome? It's not happening. Be the person you want to attract. Okay, that's one of our core values. In fact, it's number 2. It's in our core values. And so if you want others to support you, then you make sure you go and support others as well in both those Facebook groups. Yes, stay abreast, but like things. Then we know that you've at least turned up and seen them. And comment. Don't be shy to comment. Welcome somebody, congratulate somebody, cheer. You know, another of our core values is to develop an environment of victory and celebration. Well, hello. You know, that means everybody, we all have to participate, so make sure you do. And like I said, it's only a couple of minutes, morning and night. Just jump on your group and support each other. And, you know, I can tell you as a leader, when you're posting things all the time and you're not getting any feedback, you kind of think, oh, you know, what's it for? Nobody's even looking. Well, in truth, you can actually see who has showed up and had a look. But be supportive and don't just be a voyeur. And then, of course, your fourth DMO, and look, turning up and contributing to that community is growing your belief in that community. You're also hearing those success stories from other people. You're seeing people rank advance. You're seeing people get their E-Full credit and their global pool. You're going to hear stories on the vision casts and so on, and you know, the stories of what's going to lead us into momentum. And look, just on that, I just want to tell you about where we are right now. There's this Rogers Innovation Adoptive curve. And when a new business company idea takes off, then the trends tend to follow this curve. And I'm just going to put that up here. We'll see if you can see it. Okay. Now, this innovators section, okay, 2.5%. These are the people who take up an opportunity very early. They're the guinea pigs. They're the creators. They're the ones who go through the trial and error and, you know, the tough beginnings, I guess. And in Secret Australia, let me tell you, we are at the super duper very beginning. Okay? Like, seriously, we are nowhere near the 2.5% uptake here. Now, that's just an indication of how crazy this opportunity is, okay? And we need to keep connecting through our community to share stories, because there are some crazy stories going around about the type of people who are joining Secret right now in Australia. I'm talking about professionals. I'm talking about seasoned business people who are already quite successful, and yet they still see an opportunity here. Those stories are coming. Those stories are going to be told, but you're going to miss them if you're not showing up in those groups. Okay, so we are super duper early, and you know, then the next phase is the early adopters, and you'll see, if I can just find a pen somewhere here. Okay, and this is so while this is the uptake, the purple curve is the uptake of the opportunity. The yellow line tends to show the sort of economic growth and so on. And momentum really starts after this early majority, and the curve becomes quite steep. This is where momentum starts to kick in. And, you know, in the States, they're perhaps still in this early adopters phase, but coming in to that that period of momentum. Like, things are really heating up and starting to get quite exciting over there. But you know what? Right here, where are we? Over here. Here in Australia, we are fresh and new and young, and we are the pioneers, and we need all of us to lock arms and really kill this opportunity. We really need to be sharing this at every opportunity, bringing people together, and sharing the stories, sharing the mud, sharing the business opportunity, and getting the word out there that Secret is in business, and we're serious, and we're ripe for the picking. Now, the fourth DMO, of course, is your personal development. And this is where you start to grow your belief in yourself. So if you are struggling with DMO number 2, that is the demoing the products, then you really need to grow in confidence, and by using the products yourself, connecting with the community, and reading personal development books, that confidence will grow, and you will develop more belief in yourself, and then you'll be going out there and making more and more money, making more exposures, and creating more stories for us to share in our Secret community. So that's step 1, belief. It's really, really important, and that step cannot be overlooked. Make sure that you're doing your DMOs absolutely every single day. Now, the next step is to connect with your in your networks. Okay, what we always need to do is refresh our list, keep updating our list. Now, it is so common to hear people say, but I don't know anyone, you know, or I've asked everyone I know. Like, really? Do you live in a bubble? Do you not do groceries? Do you not do shopping? Do you do everything online? It gets delivered to your door. Do you not take your kids to school, to footy, to ballet? Do you not attend events? Do you not go to movies, the theatre, and so on? There are people all around us, and the memory joggers will help you to grow your list, but you've got to be honest with yourself. These are people that you know. You may not even know their name. Just say the lady in the post office, the receptionist at the doctor's. We're not even necessarily talking about friends, you know, not people you go and have coffee with. We're working on that. But, you know, you have to keep connecting with the people that you bump into. Lady in the dress shop, the what do you call it? The lady in McDonald's who, you know, can I take your order, please? Yeah, the postie. Stand out the front when your postie comes by. You know, like go and water your garden at the front at you know 5, 6 o'clock at night, and go meet your neighbours as they're walking their dogs and stuff. You know, there are opportunities in your neighbourhood. There are opportunities all around you. How about you go for a walk? Grab your dog and go for a walk, and slowly. And be friendly. Say hi to the people around you. Say hi to your neighbours. The person at the petrol station. You know, everybody's got a car and needs to fuel up. You know, there are people everywhere. Keep changing your service station. You know, you'll get more contacts. But what we need to do is keep connecting with people. And of course, a few weeks ago, Jessie McPherson talked to us about those. About connecting with people, and what we do with our existing people is to catch up face to face. You know, that's our Aussie word. You know, some of you might say, hey, let's go out for coffee or let's go out for lunch. But so many of us here just say, hey, let's catch up. Hey, Happy New Year. Let's catch up. It's been ages. My God, I can't believe how 2015 flew. And, you know, I didn't get to catch up with nearly as many friends as I intended. Hey, can we catch up this year? That's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to catch up with more people this year. So do, and network. If somebody asks you to party, go. If somebody asks you to a Tupperware thing or a candle thing, go. You know, and go and meet people. If you get an invitation somewhere, just go and meet people, and don't be the wallflower. Mix and mingle, talk to people, okay? And all those people that you've lost contact with but you've connected with online, be sure to develop those relationships in those online formats, whether it's through Facebook or some other kind of social media, or email, or whatever is usual for you. Get re-established, make that connection once again. And of course, as I mentioned, there are new people all around you. There's face-to-face opportunities every single day in the services and businesses that we use, okay? And then, of course, there is the opportunity to meet new people online. Now, we're just going to talk a little bit about that in the free tools section. And I've just put Facebook there because, you know, I think that our demographic, our people of our age group are they're Facebookers, not necessarily Snapchatters or into Instagram and so on. Excuse me for a sec. Oh, it's getting quite steamy. I might have to put the air conditioning on in a minute. So there are those free tools available in Facebook, and I want you to jot those down right now. And the first free tool is the like button. Crazy, huh? You know, if you want to connect with somebody, reacquaint or connect with somebody new, like what they say, because they notice. When people put a Facebook up, a post up on Facebook, you're going to get notifications on who liked it. Now, if you're a new liker, they're going to go, oh, who's this person? You know what they're going to do? They're going to click on your profile and find out who you are. Why did this person like my comment? I didn't even know them. Oh, they're actually a friend of a friend. Okay, that's nice. But they've dropped over to your profile, and make sure that your profile settings are open. You've got something positive on there, because you certainly don't want to turn them off. So if you're going to make these new connections, make sure that your Facebook page is appealing, that you've got nice language on there, that you've got nice images, that you're looking good, that you've got some stuff on there about your before and afters and that kind of thing. If you're wanting to promote your business, then, you know, like I said, you are your absolutely best advertisement. So that like button is actually really quite powerful. The next free tool is comment. And of course, that's even more powerful when you start commenting on a friend's page. Just like at a party, when you engage and you start talking to other people at the party, they're going to start talking to you. They're going to notice you more than if you're sitting over in the corner just being a wallflower sipping on your spa water. So comment, and that will bring about more engagement. Okay. The third one is the friend. The third one I want to mention is the chat. Often, when you comment, someone might then reply to your comment, and a conversation can actually get started. It's a really good idea to then take that chat personal, move it over into the chat window, and start doing personal messaging. It's much more private, and you can develop more of a friendship and a rapport with those people in a private chat window. And then, of course, once that is happening, the next progression, next natural progression, I guess, is to add friends. And new friends that we add actually get to see posts on our feed. Friends that we've had for ages, if they're not liking and commenting on our posts, the Facebook algorithm kind of separates us. If you start liking and commenting on someone's page, their posts are going to start appearing. So you kind of need to be a little savvy about how Facebook, or who Facebook chooses to post on your feeds and whose feeds you're going on. Okay, so it's all about those connections. If you make a connection with somebody, if you're liking and commenting, your stuff, your posts are going to appear in their feed, and new friends will most definitely get that. So make sure that your profile is nice and tidy and positive, and that you're being the type of person that you want to attract. Okay, core value number 2. So yeah, jot those down there. Really, really important. Use them lots, and people will be attracted to you. Okay, so that brings us to our next thing. What is it? What are some of those attractive qualities? Well, it's positivity. You know, certainly online, all that positivity and affirmations, and showing your support for things in the community are really important too, because people will see that you're interested in the community and world at large. Attractiveness is engaging, and people will be drawn to you if you engage. Excuse me, I'm really going to have to turn that aircon on. I hope it doesn't affect the sound too much. Just want to check. I can hear my chat window beeping. I just want to make sure. Yep, we're all good. Okay. So yeah, make sure that you are attractive and appealing. That your profile is going to draw people to you and not chase them away. Okay, if there's foul language and disgusting pictures and so on, people are just going to go, oh, this is weird. Okay, so really think about your posts and control what you're being tagged in. There are mechanisms. There's what do you call it? Security buttons and so on that you can use to control your tags, because you want to be careful about what other people are tagging you into. If you're trying to attract people to you, you want to make sure that they're sitting, that the person that you're wanting to project. Okay. Oh, thank you, Maureen. You can't hear the aircon. That's awesome. That's great. Okay, so yeah, attractive qualities, smiles and positivity, and also the way you appear. When you're heading out, is your head. Josh Denny did a great webinar on this a few months ago. He really said, just before you head out the door, check yourself in the mirror before you're going to go and do a presentation, or before you're going to do a wow party, or talk to somebody about the business. Check yourself in the mirror. Is this the sort of image that is representative of our very schmick, chic, sexy, secret community? Something that really drew me to Secret were those things. And when I looked at all those images of, men in suits looking just so smart, and women just looking stunning, and our leaders like Patty and Tiffany and Tracy and Nicole, Elaine Nicole, when you see them giving presentations, they just look amazing. Are you looking amazing? What sort of people are you trying to attract? Are you trying to recruit up? Because if you are, then you're going to have to look the part as well. You need to be attractive. The person that you're going to, your prospect needs to be attracted to the image that you're portraying, okay? And that's really important. So what I want you to do, in that section where it says, be the person you want to attract, in your own time, you can come back to this. I want you to think about 5 things you would like to change about yourself. Okay, something that I want to change about me, for example, I want to slim down. I know it will, give me more confidence. Clothes are going to look so much nicer on me, and I'll, won't have to try and tuck folders away. I'm keen to get a new, funkier, more modern kind of haircut. I really want to lose that frumpy mummy kind of look. I'm really wanting to attract leaders now, and I need to look like a leader to be able to do that. Something else that I want to do is to develop a more confident posture. So when I'm talking to people, I'm really going to be conscious about my gestures and not being slumped, but sitting up tall and speaking with what's the word I'm looking for? It's confidence anyway, and projecting that that I'm in control, and being enthusiastic and all those fabulous things with your prospect. Now, some other things the next thing I really want to talk about, so yeah, I want you to go back and fill in 5 things that you would like to improve about yourself. And that could be, your Facebook profile or your personal image and that kind of thing. Sorry, I will go back here because I want to project myself more as a leader, so to attract more leaders. And so what I'm putting on my Facebook is the things that I do with my team. So when I draw people when I like and comment on people's posts, and they come looking at me and they're going, who is this chick? She's on the screen, or she's standing at the front of an audience, or she's doing some kind of demonstration here. Who is this person? So I'm just trying to project that more in my Facebook profile. Now, the next thing I want to move on to is being a good listener. That is so important, because if you're not a good listener, then you're missing out on a whole bunch of cues that are going to lead you to your prospects. Why? Now, people know if you're being a good listener, because some of the things you do are lean in a little, and you might even go, and you nod, and go, and then you might ask some questions like, oh, and did that come first? Oh, right, okay. And where did you say that was? Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah. And what did you do? Oh. Other thing, there's gestures, there's all that LNP's body language stuff, like having your arms folded, sitting back like this is gives less of an impression than sitting forward and so on. So I want you to go back and fill in some traits of good listeners, and when you've had a conversation with somebody, particularly a prospect, I want you to stop and think at the end of that, as you're parting company and you're driving away or walking away, who did the most talking then? Was that me? Darn. Did I really learn about that person? Okay. Did I pick up on any cues about their why? No, I didn't really, because I didn't shut up about my kids or my holiday. I interrupted. They were just about to tell me their why, and then I said, oh yeah, me too, and then I just went off on my tangent. Damn. Okay, so there's some extra clues about being a good listener. So yeah, at the end of that conversation, who knows most about who, and you want to make sure that this is a prospect and you want to find their why, so the next time you catch up you can say, hey, look, about Bob hating his job, or about Sue wanting that holiday, or about the school fees. You want to be able to have something to go back to them with. And if you're not listening, if you're doing all the talking, you're going to miss out on that, okay? So really practice at being a good listener. But you need to be a good talker too, and make eye contact. If I sat here and presented this webinar and I'm chewing and, perhaps, oh yeah. You need to think about what you're doing when you're talking. And are you giving that other person the opportunity to jump in? So I want you to go back and fill in traits of a good listener, traits of a good talker, and determine whether that's you or whether it needs improvement, okay? And then, of course, when you're having conversations with people, use that FORM acronym: family, occupation, recreation, and money or motivation. The first one of those that I normally go to is, oh, what do you do for a crust? Oh, what do you do for a job? Where do you work? What do you do? And most of the time you say, what do you do? People will know that you're talking about their job. So ask them about their job, their occupation. And while they're saying that, I'm looking for cues. Is she wearing a wedding ring? Anything she might say throughout that conversation about her husband or kids, and then that lead me into, what does your husband do? On how many kids have you got? That kind of thing. And of course, recreation, holidays are such a great thing to talk about, especially this time of year. Hey, did you do anything for Christmas? Did you go away anywhere? Because it's a fairly common thing. Oh, no, we're broke. Couldn't afford it. Christmas killed us. Why? Oh, yeah, we went away on a cruise. Oh, yeah, awesome. You got another one planned this year? Oh, God, no. Like, we'll have to save for, we love cruising, but we'll have to save for another 2-3 years to be able to do that. Bingo, another why. People are either not traveling because they can't afford it, or not traveling enough because they can't afford it. Or they haven't got time. Oh, why aren't you going on another one? Oh, well, I only get 4 weeks holiday a year. Bingo. Travel and holidays are such a great talking point. There is always a why in there. And then, of course, it's something that I don't think we necessarily get to, and is sometimes a bit uncomfortable talking about, and that is money, finances, and so on. But, if you can get there, then great. But it's not asking people directly, but you can say, oh, I got my rates bill the other day. But that's gold, or oh, I got the credit card bill the other day. And they'll go, oh, yeah, me too. That's your cue to shut up. Okay, you raised the credit card bill, you raised the rates or the school fees. Now it's your turn to shut up and let them have a whinge about it. Okay? You get the momentum going, okay, with these conversation starters. The family, occupation, recreation, money, they are your conversation starters, and then you shut up and let them do the talking, and you're going, oh my God, I hear you. Oh yeah. You know, you're going to empathise. Yes, it's what you've got to do to connect with people. Alrighty. Now, the next thing I want to flip over. Next thing I'm going to do is flip over to friends. We're going to talk about, this is the next step. Okay, so once we've made that connection with somebody, we're going to establish a rapport, become a friend to them in some way. And, you know, Jim Rohn talks about his friend who came up with, you know, he had 10,000 friends or something, and he found a way to keep in contact with all of them, which is absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, if you find a way to keep in contact with these people, whether it's the lady at the servo or the supermarket, you know, you're going to, well, just keep popping back. Keep going to her aisle. When you go to the checkout, make sure that you keep going to the same person. So you talk to them all the time. Keep going to the same servo. Fuel up on her shift. Find out when she is. Have the conversation. Keep going back. And establish this rapport and relationship. And then when the moment is right, you can say, hey, when it's comfortable, you know, it's got to be comfortable. You can't force this. But, you know, we need to establish that rapport and relationship. And then when the moment's right, you make that exposure. You make the invitation, you know. And I'm not going to teach you anything about contacting and inviting because that's all in your back office. But you know, there's 3 different types of friends, and I want you to fill in here people who are your acquaintances, and it could be the lady at the post office, the servo, the supermarket, the vet, the doctors, in the bank. They are your acquaintances. These are people that you see often, and if you saw them down the street out of their work environment, you would say hi. And some of these are mums and dads from school, or the tennis club, or the soccer club. They are not your friends, they are your acquaintances. But if you saw each other down the street, you'd recognise them. Hi, little nod perhaps, or a smile. So I want you to write down some of those people, just as a little jogger. And then who are the people who are your friends? That just takes it a step further. These are not the people you're going to call up at 3 o'clock in the morning, boo-hooing over life. These are not people who come around often for drinks and barbecues and dinners and so on. But these are still people you consider friends that you catch up with every now and again. Go for coffee, go for lunch, maybe movies, girls' nights, that kind of thing. You know, maybe you go and play a bit of golf, tennis, whatever it may be, that you have a bit more of a relationship with than just hi. Okay. And then, of course, there are your besties, the closest people, family in some instances. Some people might want to put their family in the friends category and others acquaintances. I just want you to put some examples in each of those so that those types of people are close to your, so you know who we're talking about. Because the next thing there is your lists and categories. Now, in our blueprint manual, there are sections for red, your hotties, your greens, your warms, and your blues, your colds. And you can call them A, Bs, and Cs. You can call them 1, 2s, or 3s. It doesn't really matter. But you have your categories, your hot, warm, and cold markets. And your hots are going to be your best and close. Your Bs, your warms are going to be your friends, and your Cs are going to be your acquaintances or brand new people, you know, your colder leads. So you can put those into categories and stick with those. And when you come up with the new contact, assign them to one of your categories straight away. Now, Jesse McPherson showed us a great system. He has got a video that you can search for. It's called Fort Knox in a Box. I will find it and I will share it. It's on our team group page somewhere, but I think a YouTube search would bring it up. But he calls it Fort Knox in a Box, and it's system cards, okay? And the system cards have months, and they have the days of the month. And what happens is Jesse keeps cards with details about people. Ooh, see there? Now, these are just some ones I've made up because I'm not going to share personal details about my contacts. But, you know, this one, for example, you know, Bob Jones, I've made a note that he was a school friend, and he's still living in Mount Waverley where our school was. I've since found out his phone number and I've added it. I know he's 48 because we went to school together. I know I found out he had a wife and 3 kids, and then later I found out his wife's name was Kathy. So every time I talk to Bob and have a chat to him, I add some more information so that when I'm talking to him, I can say, hey, how's Kathy? Or, hey, kids are starting back at high school, hey? And I've written there the kids are 12, 14 and 17. Down the track, Bob told me that Kathy hates her job at mine. She's sick of working the weekends. And Bob wants to go and see his family in the UK. So I just keep adding some notes there. You know, I've got a couple of whys in there through those conversations, and I'm making notes so that when I have the next conversation with him, whether it's on the phone or an email or a social media chat, whatever, then I've got notes and I'm prepared. Some people like to do this electronically in their phone or their tablet device. That is completely fine. This is just a system that Jesse showed and I adopted because I just find it easier for me. And on the sticky note, I will give myself a prompt on what I have to do in the next contact. So that was to wish him a happy new year. And then that gets slotted in the first week in January. So in that week, I've got on to Bob. Hey, Bob, happy new year. What did you and Kathy get up to for New Year? Hey, Bob, happy new year. What an exciting year ahead. We've got some really big plans and we'd love you to be part of them. It's got to that level. It's got to that stage in our relationship. You know, I've established enough rapport. Hey, Bob, Paul and I are really excited. And, you know, you've said on Facebook we're doing this secret thing. Well, it's time that we had that conversation, mate. So however you're comfortable with, you know, make notes. And that will all lead up to that time when you're ready to make an exposure. And you just keep creating cards for new contacts. The lady at the survey, she hasn't even got a name yet, okay? But just put her name on there. The lady at the survey, the blonde lady at the survey, about 30. That's fine. Works Thursday and Friday afternoon shift. You know, I'm going to fill up on Thursday and Friday afternoon because we got this thing going and I want to keep talking to her. Next time you're going to notice her name badge and you're going to write it on your card when you get back home. Okay, so use these system cards and then you can move them along through. Okay, so I've dealt with Bob in January. I've got nothing else to, you know, he's really not going anywhere. He said no, but that's okay. I'm going to talk to him next month. I'm going to put that in there in my plan. I'm going to put him in February and I'll just say hi. Okay, so that's a great system, and every contact you have gets a card. That doesn't mean you're ever going to expose them to secret. It's just a contact, okay? Then if somebody else, if they're on your list and somebody else enrolls them into their business, then just put a line through that card. Regret. I should have asked. Okay? Make sure you do that with your list. As don't prejudge. Just put everybody on there. And then just cross them off as they join someone else's team. All right. And further, just under those categories, the next thing we need to do, as I've mentioned on the cards, is show up. You've just got to show up in their lives. Now, that doesn't mean that you've got to, you and your husband and your kids, you've got to pack an esky of drinks and food and go around for barbecues every second week. Not at all. Just make some kind of effort to stay in contact with them. Just show up in their lives and be a good friend. Be supportive. Hi, how you going? What's new? Hey, how's your mum? And how's the kids settling into their new school, or whatever it may be? Is your dog better? Just keep showing up and being supportive and showing that you're interested in their lives, okay? And then last of all, I'll put there the system cards, which is a great way to stay in contact with your friends. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is exposures. Okay, I'm certainly not going to run you through a well party or a 5-in-5 sit down or anything here. That's all available in your back office. But what I am going to do is tell you something that you already know, and that is that people don't care what you know till they know that you care. Okay, that's not a new line. It's an old one, but it is just so true. And that rapport that we talked about on the previous page is so important. And if you haven't got that before you make that exposure, then you can expect that it's probably going to go pear-shaped. And make sure that you are being a good listener to those contacts. Now, I've also made a note there for you that people don't buy into what you are selling, they buy into why you do it. So it's really important for you to share your story. You know, you can say, look, you know, just like right now, we've been trying to get Jai enrolled into schools, and it's really quite a bummer, you know, that we're unable to get him into our schools of choice. The local school is not on the radar for us, and the state schools won't accept students outside their catchment. They've clamped down that, they're quite strict. So it looks like until a place becomes available in one of those schools, that Jai is going to be homeschooled by me. Got a couple more days to try and work around that, but it's quite fortunate that I'm a work from home mum, a stay-at-home mum. That is a great story to share with people. I don't know what we would do if I hadn't made, or Paul and I hadn't made the choices that we have. You know, we need to tell people why we are doing what we do, and then they will buy into that. They will support you more. Not just, hey, buy some of this stuff from me, but this is why, because I'm doing this for my family, or I'm sick of this debt hanging over my head, and I need your support. You know, will you bring a few friends together so I can show them? And, you know, that, look, I don't really mind if they're not in the market for skincare right now, if they're not interested in these products, but they might spread the word for me, because, you know, we've been working hard and we deserve that holiday. Or the rates are coming in and we just don't know where that money's going to come from, and this would really help if you could support me. People will buy into that, okay? So make sure that you're sharing your story. And like I said there, it creates an emotional connection. These people are your friends. These are people you've established a rapport with, and you have empathized with them. You've supported them on their journey in life. And now you're reaching out for a bit of that reciprocation. So it's okay to ask for their hand if you've already given your heart, okay? And your goal is to not just sell to people who need what you have. You have to sell to people who believe what you believe. So make sure you keep sharing the secret story. Cast the vision. Okay, when you're bringing on a prospect, you know, it's really important that you cast the vision of where Secret is going and what this could be for you. Really, really important. And, you know, we manage to recruit people who buy in to what we believe. You know, those core values. You can tell people, look, it's amazing that I've come across a company that has these core values that align with mine. Their beliefs and my beliefs are the same, and tell people what they are. You know, it's about, you know, not just providing a world-class customer experience, but creating this family community, an environment of victory and celebration. This company really wants us to succeed. This company was already successful before they took up this opportunity in their relationship marketing arena. But they're prepared to share these luxury products with us so that we can profit from them as well. This is a really amazing company. Share that, okay? And cast the vision. Look, there's an opportunity for you to have that holiday. There's a way here for you to cover the school fees. Cast the vision, their vision, okay? And if you've been a good listener, you've picked up on those cues so that when you're presenting this opportunity, you can cast that vision, okay? Now, there's something I really want to share with you, and that's these 5 keys to selling. Now, whether you're selling the products, sharing the products, or selling the opportunity, all these things stick, okay? And the first thing is that you have to establish a relationship with people. And even if this is the wow party and you only know the host or hostess and they've brought in 3 or 4 of their friends who you don't know, make sure that you have set up early and you greet them when they arrive. You know, ask your hostess to make sure she introduces you to her friends or guests when they arrive, and you can start these conversations. Oh, thank you so much for coming. It's so nice to meet you. And often these people, these friends who they've brought together are all going to know each other, and they're going to have conversations. And it's easy for you to join in, participate in their conversations. And that doesn't mean take over. Remember, you have to be a good listener, but you can say, oh, that sounds interesting, or oh, that sounds like fun. And oh, gee, that must have been terrible. Just contributing in that way. This is going to be so helpful during your presentation because you're picking up on little whys in these early conversations. But being friendly, being attractive, being a really good listener, even helping the hostess, grabbing some pre-party nibblies or handing out some drinks to the guests. It's showing that you have a relationship with the hostess. And that's really important because if you're a friend of the hostess, they're going to accept you more. So that's that relationship that you establish before that even party gets going, before the party even gets started, is really, really important, okay? So yeah, be attractive to them and build that rapport, and be positive. Pay compliments. Oh my God, like you just go up so high. You just elevate yourself so much in the eyes of people when you pay them a compliment. Okay, I think you're a nice person. Now, during the presentation, pardon me, whether that's a product presentation, a wow party, or whether it's a business a sit down, you're just going through the 5 wows chart, you need to establish their needs. So if we're doing a wow party, it's their skincare needs, okay? And later on when you share the business opportunity part of that, that's that why that you picked up on earlier. But if you're just doing a sit down with that 5 wows chart, then you need to pick up, you need to have had a conversation. You can't just sit down and get into it. Hopefully there was some conversation that you've had over the last couple of weeks that's going to, where you got into their psyche, where you've come to understand what their motivation and what their why is. But establishing their needs is really, really important. So, you know, hey, Mary, what are your skin concerns? Do you have any rashes or irritations? Do you suffer from rosacea? Are lines and wrinkles an issue for you, or do you just want normal, healthy skin or hair? What is it that's bothering you at the moment in that regard? And of course, during the presentation, we are going, and that's the next step, we're going to demonstrate how our products can fulfill that need, how our products will sort out their issue. Okay, whether it's scalp psoriasis or eczema, wrinkles, whatever it may be. So what we need to do is explain the features and benefits of the product and our business opportunity. Things like, you know, the ingredients, the advanced technologies, and health and healing of the skin. And then, of course, with the business opportunity, you know, it's the comp plan. And the benefits, you know, it's paying off your rates, it's owning your home, getting that new car, getting some me money to buy yourself some shoes, or money that you don't have to account for so you can go on some lunch dates with your girlfriends, that kind of thing. And then 4 is recap, and to highlight that there was a need and Secret is able to fulfill it. Okay, so that's and highlighting all there in your points there, reiterating the need, highlighting how Secret meets that need, and outline the account benefits, and ask at the end how they would like to participate. You know, whether it's the VIP, the customer opportunity, or agent, or are you here to give to be a referral agent? If you're not in the market for skincare and you don't want to be an agent, would you please share my business with people? I'll give you some cards, but would you also be on the lookout? You know, if you hear somebody who's struggling, who would like to earn some extra money, who isn't traveling enough, whatever it may be, would you send them my way? Because we do have a great opportunity. I believe in it, and I would love to help them, you know, get over the struggles in their life. And then, of course, step 5 is that rapport, always nurturing that relationship. So with a wow party, you know, keeping in contact with your VIP, following up with them, make sure that their products have arrived, that it's the right products, that they know how to use them in the right order, and make suggestions for products that will complement what they're doing. Stay in touch, send them some extra samples when a new product comes out, or if they're just reordering the same ones all the time, flick them some samples of some other products that they might like to try, because in the big wow party, yes, they got to try them, but have probably forgotten how amazing they were. And of course, always put in your diary or in your system cards, whatever, that you arrange your follow-up and your appointments to do blueprints and wow parties and that kind of thing. And of course, that very last line there is always, always, always ask for referrals. Okay, so the things that we do with Secret is we expose the vision, we cast the vision, we expose the products, and we expose the opportunity in those manners, the 5 in 5, the wow party, and through the samples, and of course business opportunity, or that sit down as well. There are also opportunities where we just bump into people, and look, it might be a waiter that we're never going to see again. It might be somebody we just spoke to for 10 seconds in the elevator. It might be the girl at the airline check-in counter. There are opportunities everywhere to very quick, you know, those quick encounters, and you need to be prepared for those. So I've got a little thing there, what's in your bag? And I'm just going to ask you, what is in yours? Do you have samples in there? Do you have business cards? Do you have a flyer for your next event? If it's a business overview, if there is, you know, something happening in your region, in your town, have you got a wow party lined up for Friday night? Have you got the details written so that you can quickly give it to somebody and say, hey, look, why don't you come along? Look, I've got to go and pick up the kids from school, but why don't you come along? And ask them, have you got a business card? Have you got your details on something? And I'll get back to you. And that's even better because you've got something to get back to them. But be prepared. And if you're going to hand out some kind of sample, whether it's a peeling gel or a mud soap or whatever it may be, always make sure that you've got their details, and you can follow up and make sure that, that they've used that in the next 24 hours. And then, of course, there is the elevator pitch, and that is quick one-liners. So when you're in that elevator, hey, what do? You can say, oh, look, I make people money for a living. You what? Yeah, I get people muddy. It's conversation starter. These elevator pitches are conversation starters. Oh yes, so where do you work? Oh look, I work in the bank full time, but part time I help people achieve their goals in life. Oh, how do you do that? What do you do? I'm working with a company called Secret, and I'm helping them to establish new markets. Oh, tell me more. Yeah, just quick one-liners. What do you do? Best one of all is, what do you do? I'm a secret agent. What? No, I'm sure we've all had that, right? I just think you may as well go with that. I'm a secret agent. Oh. Like, you know. So always have something prepared. And then there is cultivating your 60-second story, and that's your testimonial. And you know, as you all rise through the ranks, you can bet you're going to get a call from Ellie Rand, who's going to ask you to do a testimonial on a webinar, vision cast, and or on the stage when we're doing an event. And you need to have a fantastic, punchy testimonial that others are going to appeal to. And I'm going to outline what your 60-second story should encompass, and then what you can. I'm very happy for you to give me a call, and I'll work on that with you. Okay, so my number is 0402 210 330. Call me, and I'll help you formulate your testimonial so that you've got a good one when we hear you on a company vision cast. So the things you need is your background. What do you do? My personally was, my background, I was a registered nurse and I was working 2 jobs. I was teaching at uni and working in critical care. What else? I'm also a mum. I'm also a wife and a mum to 4 kids. Doesn't matter that they're stepkids or anything. I'm just a mum to 4 kids. And now we have to share what the problem was with what's going on. Enter Secret. So you've got your background, sort of your work employment background and your family. And then the next step is to highlight an issue. And for me, for example, that with the work family juggle was crazy, and I wasn't being the mum that I wanted to be to our kids. All right. For some, it'll be finances. The money's just not cutting the mustard. I just haven't got enough time on my hands. For Paul, for example, he only has 1 week's holiday a year, and it's during the Christmas construction. It's 10 days of Christmas construction shutdown. So sort of Christmas Eve and then into a few days into the new year, that's the only time he takes off, because he is in business by himself, and he's a one-man band. And if anybody, if he takes time off, then we don't earn. It's as simple as that. So he had 1 week off. Has 1 week off. So there are going to be a lot of small business owners who are in the same boat. They only take off. They're very restricted, limited in their holidays. So, what is it that is not being met? What is unfulfilled in your life? Okay, so you've got your background, a bit about your family, and where the deficit is. I'm not going on enough holidays. It's not bringing in enough money or whatever. And then the next step is to talk about your skin issue. Look, I suffer from rosacea. I suffer from eczema. Age was catching up on me. You know, all these fine lines and wrinkles were giving away how old I was. And a friend shared the Secret products with me, and now my wrinkles have gone, or my skin has cleared up, or my hair is amazing. And you know, so that step is then showing how Secret has fulfilled the skin issue. And then finally, you have to wrap up with something punchy that is going to have, it needs to be captivating, and people need to, at the end of it, people need to say, yeah, I want that too. Or, wow, I need to do something like this. Yeah, I've got a need, or I've got a why. So, you know, my final line, for example, is that, you know, my skin issue was my lines and wrinkles, and Secret has drastically improved my skin in that regard. And my final line is that now not only do I look good and feel confident, but now I also get to be the mum that I choose, or I get to be the mum that I want to be for my kids. And there will be people in the audience that will connect with, okay? And that's what your story has to do, connect with somebody. And that's why we need so many and varied stories, because, you know, there are going to be hundreds, thousands of people watching vision casts and attending events, and they're going to connect with stories. That emotional connection we talked about earlier in our exposures. This is an exposure too. Sharing a story, that's an exposure. So we need to create that connection. Okay, so those steps again are your background and something about your family, how your life is not being fulfilled in your current situation, and how Secret bridges that gap, your skin issue, how Secret has fixed that, and then wrapping up. Okay, so jot down some ideas just in point form, call me up, and let's go through it and get your 60-second story, because your testimonial's coming up. Now, the next thing we need to do is close, or as we call it in Secret, open new business. And what does that mean? We're starting the relationship. Okay. Now, there is a formula that an amazing party plan guru taught me. This lady's name is Sandy McDonald, and you can look her up. Sandy McDonald International, I think, is her website. She mentored me personally, one-on-one. Company I was with previously paid for her to do that, and I am so lucky that I got her mentoring, because today I'm able to share everything that she taught me with you. And one of those things is closing the deal, and something that we need to do at the end of a wow party. So you've got a table and it's all set up. You've got ladies around there. Once you've completed your demo, you can say to the hostess, "Hey, look, I'm just going to tidy up here, get rid of these bowls and mess, and you can bring out the devilies now. And yeah, look, it's time to have your wine, girls." And so while that is happening, we clear away, and everyone's just starting to get a little bit more relaxed. And you can say, "Look, girls, I'm going to." I shouldn't say girls, because, you know, we've got plenty of boys at these well parties too, right? Listen, over here at the coffee table, I've got some forms and some other Secret stash over here, and I'm just going to invite you over individually, and we're going to go through your wish list to make sure that you've chosen the products that are right for your skin. Okay, so this is going to happen in private, so you can have a nice little conversation with this person on their own, and you're going to, they'll come over. Yeah, you can bring your wine and your whiz. Yep, that's fine. Come on over. Okay, let's take a look at your wish list. Okay, so I'm going through this page here now. Closing the deal, opening your business. So we're doing this in private, and now we've got the wish list. And you'll take a look at that wish list, and And you're now going to see what they ticked, what they circled, what they rated. You can say, okay, look, I can see that you've got the oily skin because you circled the oily skin regimen. And look, these are the products in that column that you used today. And I can see you ticked this one. This is the peeling gel. Is this one of your favorites? Yes. Look, me too. Look, you've also ticked the mud mask. You really like that too? Oh, yeah, me too. Look, I do that every week. Praise, compliment them on their choices, always, okay? Now tell me, what did you like best? And they might say, look, I loved it all. Okay, look, there's obviously some standouts here. Yeah, look, I can't wait to get some of that salt and oil. Fantastic. Okay, and you tick the peeling gel and the mud mask. And over here you put mum next to that one. What does that mean? Oh, mum's got psoriasis, and you mentioned that their body butter is really good for psoriasis, so I think I need to get something like that for her. And I thought, oh. And then you can say to them, okay, yeah, that's great. Would mum like to see more of this product range? Should we do this with mum? And like right there and then, there was a referral that came out, and you can start to line up a wow party in that fashion. Okay, but always, we say, what did you like best? They won't just pop up and say, I like the money. I like that $1 million paycheck at the end. And you're going to go, me too. Okay, it's always support them, compliment them. Me too. What's that going to do? It's going to establish this connection. We've got something in common. Me too. You like that mask? Me too. Okay. And okay, so we've highlighted what they like best, and we're going to go through the wish list highlights. And look, today you mentioned that you wanted to get rid of those fine lines and wrinkles. And hey, how was that recovery mask you put on today? And so now we're down to product quality, results, and relating it to the skin issue. And they're going to go, yeah, that was amazing. That was really, really good. Or, oh my, those dark circles have just gone. Or, oh, my hands just feel so soft. That salt and oil was amazing. And then, and once again, compliment them and say, look, your skin is really looking amazing. And look, I can't believe how soft your right? Because we're secret agents. But, look how soft your hands are. That is just so beautiful, And these products are just going to make you look good and feel good every day. And look, what did you think of our kits? They're amazing value, aren't they? And like, oh yeah, like everything I like is actually in that basic kit. I know, and it doesn't get any better than that. Like that really does represent the best value that we have on offer today. Can you see yourself making some money using the secret products? Offer it. And then of course say, and if they're moving in that direction, say, well look, if you want to do what I'm doing, then the more you've got to show, the more you can, the more people you're going to satisfy. So of course, as Tiffany has explained to us on the Vision Casts in the past, we start at the top end with our special, with our Pro Pack. We come down to special, we highlight the benefits. Look, if you come in on the special agent kit, you're going to receive the higher commission straight away. You're going to have all the age-defying products. So you're going to be able to take away people's wrinkles like we did for you today. So highlighting those benefits, okay? The premium pack, remember we talked about Superstar? That is going to qualify you for Superstar straight away. And just bring it down until they find the kit that suits them. And then of course we start to move on to blueprints and so on. But otherwise, we just need to highlight their why. This could be, if they're not sure about the agent opportunity in the kits, or remember when you arrived, you were talking about that holiday you've been saving for. Well, this could help you. This can bring in some extra money to help you with that. Remember the the rates, that new car, the bills you were talking about earlier. Well, this could help to bridge that gap. So highlight their why that you picked up on earlier, and that's why those pre-party conversations are so important, because when we're doing this little private thing, which really only takes a couple of minutes, you've got some ammunition, okay? Always offer the opportunity, and then if yes, you commence the process, and if no, you say, okay, well, let's go back to your wish list and see what we need to order for you today, and go ahead and create a bundle for them. Just grab a form and say, look, just going from your wish list, it looks like you like the peeling gel, the mud mask, you need that mud soap to you need that mud soap as your cleanser, especially coming into summer, and those oils really start to build up on our faces. And you mentioned the body butter and salt and oil for your mum's psoriasis. We could pop those over here in the bonus buy. Does that work for you? And go from there. They're going to say, well, actually, I was wanting to get that recover. I'm like, okay, great. You didn't actually rate that on here. In fact, you didn't even tick it. But hey, ask, is this the sort of bundle that you would like to put together today? All right, so always ask. And use those wish list highlights to put something together and arrange their own wow party. Now remember, when we talked about the customer benefits, you're going to get a $10 credit for each of your referrals, each of your friends who successfully opens a customer account. So how about we arrange that for you next week, or would you prefer the week after? 2 options, that's all. And open up your diary. Physically open up your diary. I thought I had mine here. Physically open up your diary and give it to them and say, here you go. You can just pop in your details. Could you write your name, address, and phone number in there? That's great. Why am I doing that? Because this is really, really personal, okay? Diaries are personal space, and you're giving it to them. You're giving them permission to empty your personal space, and they're going to write their details in there, and you will have blanked out areas that are not available, so they can see what is highlighted. And you can say, you can even just highlight and say, see where the yellow highlighter is. Those times are available, unless someone else has already written in that section. Okay, so they fill in the date, and you just presume, you just hand over. Okay, you're not asking them, you're not giving them the opportunity to say no. And then of course, I always, if somebody has signed up in any way, whether it's an agent or a VIP account, I like to give them something. Look, Mary, thank you so much for your order today. Those creams are going to be absolutely beautiful on your face, but you know, our products don't have parabens in them. There's no preservatives, and while our Dead Sea minerals are a great little preservative on their own, here in a little Ziploc bag, I have these to show you as well. I just put 3 little spatulas in a Ziploc bag, and I'll say, there you go, make sure you always use the spatulas with our creams, and it will just protect the integrity of the product. And you're going to go, wow, like that's really professional, because I saw you using the spatulas during the presentation. Now I've got some too. Wow. You know, it's only a few cents, but it's special. If someone orders the salt and oil, look, thank you so much for your order today. Have our wooden scoop to use with your salt and oil, or your salt scrub, your bath salts, or whatever it is. Just offer them something little. Or a sample. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful order. How about you take some of this mud soap home to try, or some shampoo or something. People are so appreciative of even the smallest gifts. Okay, so be generous. That isn't really being terribly generous, but offer them something. And you know, I give them my business card so they know how to get back in contact with me. They've got some spatulas. I give them their wish list back, so they're going home with something, not empty-handed. and they've got a website to go and check out. They've got their wish list to go back through, and maybe even prompt them. If it's going to sit on the kitchen bench, it might prompt them to talk to somebody else about it in the meantime. And then, of course, the last two steps there, asking for referrals and nurturing that VIP or agent relationship. Always ever so important. And there on that last page, we're just going to go through some of that nurturing a little. And I touched on that earlier about, getting in contact with your VIPs, sending them samples, thanking them. Oh my God, Mary, you've just ordered every month for the last 6 months. Gift something from your E4 credit. Mary, thank you for those gifts. I'm going to send you a mud soap or a mineral soap or an eye makeup remover or a body lotion or something else like the bath salts with the file and tweezers, or thank people generously and they will just keep coming back. Remember, when you're doing those follow-ups, to make sure that you continue to always ask for referrals, because, Mary, you're going to get a $10 credit. And next time, Mary, the order won't cost you so much. If you get 5 successful referrals, it's going to be $50 off your next order. And your birthday coming up. Okay, so look after them, and every now and again, don't bombard them with it, but you can say, "Now, look, you're an amazing user of our secret products, and I really appreciate your support. Look, I just took the liberty of doing some calculations on what you could be earning in commissions. And, when we did your WOW party, you got credits from those ladies, but that commission would have been twice as much. Of course, you would have mentioned that to your hostess at the end of the WOW party. Look, I've got orders for Betty and Bob and Sue and Jim, and that totals this much. And look, I would love to keep you as a VIP customer, but if you decide that you would prefer to earn in addition to your up to 70% discount, then this is how much commission you would be earning today. You will need to put your $70 registration through, and that's going to be covered largely by your commission. You're still going to get a little paycheck as well as your savings. So really be nurturing, and don't be afraid of giving away your VIPs, because it's the network, it's the growth of your binary, your organization, that is going to lead to your success. And to your agents, be a friend. There are things that we really must do, and that is to always instill belief and assure your agents that they can do this. That if they just plug in, if they stay connected, then they can do this. So be supportive, be a friend, tell them that they can do this, and cast the vision. If you participate, if you stay plugged in, if you do the WOW parties, then these will be your rewards. If then. And if your agent starts to drop away in activity, we don't go flogging them and saying, well, come on, get to work. You just say, Mary, what happened? You told me you wanted to go on that cruise. Did you just get a windfall? Did you just win lotto or come into some money? No. Something changed? Do you not want that holiday anymore? Yeah, of course I do. So what's happened? Why aren't we working towards that holiday anymore? Okay, so be really nurturing in your approach. It's people who aren't connected to their why are not going to work no matter how hard you flog them, okay? No matter what you dangle. You can dangle an incentive trip overseas. You can dangle all the money in the world, but if they're not connected to a reason why, they're not going to work. Okay, so be really nurturing and keep connecting them, reminding your team of their why and casting the vision. Mary, if you just follow, there's a couple of simple steps. Just every day, reading your personal development stuff. I know you use the products anyway, and look, your skin is looking amazing. But look, plug in, get on those vision casts. They are fantastic for information because we're hearing from our top leaders. And just check out that secret agent group. You should see some of the stories of the people who are achieving. And you know, let's just start showing, sharing secret with some other people, and you can have that holiday. Not you can be a royale or you can be a whatever. Make that connection to their why. Okay? Yeah, you'll get to royale and you'll have that holiday. If you get to royale, you're going to get that $500 drive your dream bonus every 4 weeks. Do you think that's going to help you get your holiday? Okay, so yeah, talk about the rank, but then there has to be a connection to their why, okay? But be a friend, keep nurturing and building that belief and casting the vision, okay? They are just very basic, but such important steps. And then that leads us into that, my favorite topic, that deep why, that motivating why. And Paul's just been reading Anthony Robbins, and he talks about we're either motivated by pleasure or pain. The struggle is so great that it moves us into action, or the pleasure is so great that we just keep on going, okay? And you can have pleasure and pain acting on you at once to motivate you. And it's not necessarily stuff that moves us, okay? Like the deep why, that DEEP, that's, for me, that's my own phrase that I've coined, deeply embedded, emotional, personal why, because it has to come from deep. Because when the going gets tough, if that isn't there, you're out of here. Because look at your life now. It's okay, isn't it? It's fine. What would happen if Secret blew up tomorrow? Yeah, we would all be disappointed. But you know what? You're going to be okay. And in Australia, we are quite lucky because our government looks after us quite well in comparison to many other countries. And you get sick, you're going to get looked after in the medical system. And there are pensions and payments, and you know, we don't hurt a lot. So if Secret doesn't, if you're not buying into it, if you're not engaged, if you're not doing the activity, you're still okay, aren't you? All right, you're not going on those big holidays, you're not traveling first class, but you're okay. So you've got to have something that moves you, something that you can't let go of. And I guess if I share mine, then maybe there's something there for you. And I tell you what, retirement scares the crap out of me. You know, like, I don't want to struggle. I don't want to be one of those oldies who won't turn on the lights at night because I can't pay the power bill, that I'm going to sit in the heat and not turn on my aircon because I can't afford it. I don't want to be one of those oldies who's just going to live on mince and bread because I can't afford good food. I don't want to be one of those oldies who stays at home because I can't afford to leave. You know, I want a good retirement, and things, just circumstances, and, you know, if you've ever been through you know, marital separation and you look at your finances, you just kind of think, oh my God, everything's in ruins and you got to start again. And if you've had if you've moved around a lot in your jobs, then your super hasn't worked really well for you. And if you have a couple of different employers, there are circumstances where you can't actually pull your super. So, you know, retirement is something that is scary as hell for me, and something I have not given myself is an out. I have not given myself a plan B. This is it. I've given up my nursing registration, so I can't go back to my profession. Paul, we have a shed business, and it is in a very fickle economy that is not solid. We can't rely on that. We're always looking over our shoulder we're always wondering when the next quote is going to come in. Who's the next person that's going to walk in the door? And we're sick of living like that. And this is it. Secret is it. There is no other option. Our shed business has, suffered over the last few years. We've had a very tough economy here in our local market, here in Cairns, and we don't really have a saleable business. Nobody would really want to buy that. So then we just have to walk away, and we're stuck. We are stuck. We can't go and buy another traditional, conventional kind of business. We got this one, and we just got to ride it out until we can just give it the flick, because we are diamonds and we've made our money, and we're going to, and our kids' future is secure. And now we can start to travel, and we can not always be looking over our shoulder and worrying about money and debt. And Paul will have time to be the dad that he's always wanted to be, because he only gets 10 days off a year right now. We'll have more holidays, and we'll have the money to go and actually enjoy holidays and not have to book into cheap motels and do the budget holiday. We can actually just go and enjoy ourselves. All that stuff is really, really important to me, but it's also important to me that I help other people. And that's just something that's a burning desire. Like, no matter how much I earn here, I could never have a squillion-dollar home, because to me, if I've got a squillion-dollar home, then I'm denying somebody else in a less fortunate circumstance of my help. Like I have this burning desire to go and build wells in countries like, or continents like Africa and South America and Asia, and in Mongolia, and these places where water is so precious, and I want to help contribute to their education and schools and all that kind of stuff. This is what I must do in life, and I will die trying, okay? And that's my why that makes me cry. And if you've got that why that makes you cry, then you can't stop. Because then you're letting other people down. And it's also my team, People trusted me. They came and joined me. And they said, yeah, we trust you. We're trusting what you say, and we're going to partner with you. And I can't stop, because I'm going to let them down. I have to help them on this journey. I found my why that makes me keep going even through the tough stuff. And I can tell you, last year, what we encountered on this journey, this secret journey, was crazy. We really encountered some incredible emotional challenges. And yes, there are times where that's it. I'm out of here. I've got to go. And that's in the moment, that emotional moment. But in a flash, I start to think my friends who are on this journey with me, I can't go. And I've got images of these children living in poverty on my wall outside my bedroom, in the hallway. They're big images. Our whole hallway is full of the images that I want to achieve. And when I walk out of my bedroom and I'm cracking it because things aren't going the way I want them to, I walk out and those kids are looking me in the eye and I go, I can't stop because I have to help you. So what you need to do is find your why that will make you keep going even when it's tough. Because the stuff, the holidays, the renovations, updating the car, that really doesn't matter. Because if Secret blew up tomorrow, then we'll still be okay. I'll still drive my bomb and we'll get our renovations done in 10 years' time. And our kids will still be educated and they'll make their own way in life and it'll be okay. It won't be great and I won't feel fulfilled, but it'll be okay. But you have to find that thing that is not negotiable in your life, okay? And that is your deep emotional why. And just remember to keep dreaming and casting that vision, because Martin Luther King said, I have a dream, and people followed him. Okay, keep casting the vision of what can be. If this is your why, this is the way life can be. Martin Luther King didn't say, I have a plan. People followed him because he cast the vision of what could be. Okay? So that's what we must do as leaders, and you are all leaders. Remember, we are pioneers on this journey. We are the innovators. We are the less than 1%, I would say. Okay? We've got to pave the way, and we've got to cast the vision, so make sure you do. Now, we follow leaders because we choose to. We follow leaders, not for them, but for ourselves, because our leaders know the way. They have the information and they have the shortcuts. So we follow them. We do what they do. And we're going to get there faster. Okay? So keep plugging into the vision casts and the webinars and so on. And do what the leaders do. Do what the leaders say. Because they've been in this industry for 10, 15, 20 years. And they know, they've experienced the bumps in their road, and what they're trying to do is iron them out for us, okay? So keep following them, because that's our shortcut, all right? We're not going to take 20 years to get where Joshua Denny is. No. He's teaching us the shortcut, okay? And we're going to get there faster. And Secret Australia needs us to, okay? So, and leaders deliver value, and I'm certainly hoping that I'm delivering some value to you tonight, and so that you're armed with some information, knowledge and skills to move on and say, right, I've got this. I found my why. I know a good way to close off a demo, to open new business, to start the relationship. I know why I have to do my DMOs. I know how to connect with people and why I have to keep doing that. And I've got a little system on how to keep in touch with, how to collect names and how to sort them and how to stay connected. You know, I'm hoping that I'm delivering some value to you. And you know, I can give you all these videos to watch, but I'm just trying to condense it down for you. So I hope that has been useful tonight. And Simon Sinek is somebody who I love to follow. He has written a book called Start With Why, and he's done some great TED Talks on why. And I would encourage you to go and look at them. I really like listening to him, and I love his book. So Simon Sinek has this thing called the Golden Circle, okay? And that's what we're just going to talk about now. So if you just head down there. Now, he says that, you know, most businesses and leaders focus on what and then how. When businesses are all about promoting their products. Hey, we make, you know, I've got computers. Why don't you come and buy them? Or I've got computers. These are their features and benefits. This is the price. Want to buy them? Visionary companies who have just killed the industry. And Simon Sinek likes to use the Apple company, okay? They started with why. And what they did is say, we create innovative products. We are market leaders. And we are going to deliver to you products that will enhance your life. We have products that deal in technology. We happen to have computers. Want to buy one? Such a different focus, you know? They start off with the emotion. They start off with why. And just there, I've written just a reminder, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, okay? So Apple was really good at that self-promotion. But you know, when Steve Jobs left Apple, he was actually booted out, wasn't he? But when Steve Jobs left, there was nobody there to cast the vision anymore, and Apple started to slide. When he came back, he cast the vision again. And the same goes for the Dell company, Michael Dell. Dell products were great, and he cast the vision, and then he left. And likewise, Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks, it was great, and he cast the vision of what he wanted the Starbucks franchise to be all about, and then he left, and then he came back. And now everybody knows Starbucks, right? So it's really important to keep casting the vision and casting Secret's vision. And just right down the bottom there, I've put in Secret Direct's why. We are building a wealthy global community serving the world. And it's really important to cast that vision when we're presenting a wow party or a business opportunity. How? By delivering unexpected results through innovative products, opportunity and inspiration. What? We just happen to have skincare or personal care. Want to buy some? Okay, it's connecting people to why. You want to join me? You want to be a rep? Secret of building a wealthy global community serving the world. You want to join me? Sounds good. You know, that emotional connection. So clever. I love it. So focusing on why is important in casting that vision. Okay, and we're just going to go over the page to what is your why. So this is your task. You know, the compelling, not negotiable reason to achieve success or fulfillment in your life, and it just come down to the middle of the page, and you know, there's a very big difference between happiness and fulfillment, because I can tell you I am so happy in my life. I've got the most amazing husband. I've got kids I am so proud of. They make me laugh. They are so cuddly. And you know, our house is old, but I love it. It has character. It has family written all over it. We've got a bigger block than most people we know. There's lots of room for the kids to run, and all their friends come here and they just love it. I love the choices we've made for me to be a work-at-home mum, and I am just so happy with my life, but I am not fulfilled. I haven't achieved what I want in life. I'm not helping people enough, and it's not just, you know, the global thing, you know. I'm very much a one tribe kind of person, and helping people, you know, ultimately, yes, I'd love to build wells and help educate the world and that kind of thing. But you know what? I want to help you too. You're my why. My friends, people who've joined me here, and the people in my secret community, you are my why. And I want to help you too. Okay, so and when I do, when I help somebody to achieve, when I help somebody get enough money to, you know, my girlfriend Alicia, who is an agent, her Summer to Remember bonus has paid for her trip down to Brisbane that she would have really maybe not have been able to go to do, or would have been a real stretch or struggle. The bonus covered it for her, and it is just so fulfilling. Secret is changing people's lives, and I'm able to use this vehicle to do that. So you can see the difference between happiness and fulfillment. Okay, so I want you to find what it is that's going to bring fulfillment to your life, because I know in many ways you are already happy. And then that will be your self-inspiration that pulls you along towards success instead of pushing you. Okay, so it's like the carrot in front of the donkey, you know, where's my, okay? So if your inspiration, your why, if you've got that dangling in front of you, and literally, if it's on your wall outside your bedroom, if it's on your alarm clock in the morning, if it's on your sun visor when you put that down in the car, if it's in your diary, if it's on your screensaver on your phone, if it's on your desktop, on your computer, if you've got that burning, compelling why, that thing that is going to make you feel fulfilled, if that is right in front of you, physically dangling, it will pull you along. Oh, I couldn't be bothered with this tonight. I'm just going to watch the movies. I'm going to watch something on TV, some soap opera. Oh, I couldn't be bothered watching that vision cast tonight. I'm just going to do whatever. Find that thing that is going to drive you into activity. Okay. And then let yourself silently be drawn by that strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. A lovely quote by Rumi. Difference between inspiration and motivation just there. That's the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative, and to feel excitement. Whereas the motivation is the reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way. And then right down the bottom there, leaders start with why. They instill belief, cast the vision, and simply be a friend. And that's what we need to do here, okay? How did I get where I am today? Entirely by choices, by the choices you have made, okay? We have all been conditioned by the cans and the cannots. We've had limits placed on us from the time we were little kids, okay? We've been told what we should and should not do, what we can and what cannot do. When we, dreamed of flying to the moon, we were, as little kids, it was okay. But then as you grow up, it's like, oh, isn't it time to get real? You still want to fly to the moon? We're cut down a lot, and we've been told to be realistic. And the other thing is we're not honest with ourselves. We're not honest with what we really want. We get to a stage in life where we just accept status quo. We accept our lot in life. We accept that it's okay for our boss to yell at us. We accept that it's okay. It's acceptable to sit in traffic for an hour to work and from work. We accept the struggle. We accept the debt. And we are not honest with ourselves and say, you know what, it's not good enough. And we're also, we allow other people to steal our dreams. When we say we want to achieve such and such, people go, oh, how are you going to do that? Oh, as if. We've heard all that before. And we let people steal our dreams. That'll never work. We're afraid of that ridicule, right? We're afraid of it. We're afraid of failure. We're afraid of loss. And, on this journey we need to change. And there is a loss of what we were before. So, there's some, and we're afraid of stepping out of our comfort zone. But it's important that we do. And if we keep going with our 15 minutes of PD, then we are going to become the people that we need to be. We are not diamonds yet because we have not done the development yet. So true. When we've done the personal work, then we will do the activity that will get us there. We're diamonds in the making. So keep working on it, keep practicing, and keep up that PD and connecting with the community, because they are the things that are going to help us grow into diamonds. Okay? Embrace the tough stuff. Embrace the struggles. Embrace the hurt, the ridicule. Embrace it all, because remember that a diamond is cold under pressure. It endured pressure. And I love that analogy. I think it's really cool. And down the bottom there, I want you to list some things that you tolerate because they are comfortable. All right, so that's a little activity for you to do at the end of this sometime. What is it that you're accepting in your life? And then it's time to heal. So just flipping over to that page. We are all damaged goods. But it can be fixed. We can evolve. We can change. Okay, that's what's so exciting, and I look forward to that. I can't wait to be that person that's that has the mindset and has been through that development to become diamond and above. And the path to positive change, growth, and development lies in your decision to improve yourself. So your goals, you have to acknowledge and accept the past. You need to manage your fears. Paul had this conversation with me the other day, and he said, "You've worked through your fears." I said, "Well, no, I haven't really." I said, "There are times when I pick up the phone to call people, or I contact them, or I go and see them, and my stomach is knots. I can't eat all day. I am almost wanting to vomit. I am so afraid. I am so out of my comfort zone." The thing is, I just do it anyway. My knees will be knocking. I'll have sweaty palms. I'll be, oh God, got the BO. But I'll just go and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. It's a great book. Susan Jeffers, I think. Grab it, have a read. It's wonderful. You need to improve your self-esteem. You need to say to yourself, "I am worth it." And a line that Paul has recently used, and someone else in our team that I use often when people say, "I just can't do it. I haven't got the guts," or this isn't for me. And I will say to them, "Do you believe that there is money at the end of this? Do you believe that your dreams can be at the end of this?" Yes. Okay. Well, now go up to your children. You look them in the eye and you say to them, "You are not worth it." Because if you walk away from this, that's what you are saying. You are saying to your kids, your family, your future, your fulfillment, you are not worth it. And then let's see if you can pick up the phone. So we need to become confident, and you need to find that deep, compelling why, okay? And there's some activities there, some sections there that you can fill in once again at the end of this webinar, and that is to, you have to have intent. That I intend to improve. I have to define your intention to change and grow, okay? That's for you to do. And then there is the C. These are steps to healing. Acknowledge the factors that have held you back. And that's yourself, internal and external factors. What other people have said, the ridicule, perhaps your upbringing, and all that stuff in yourself, your fear, that you listened to those people and you took it on board. Okay, these are things I want you to write down there. There's plenty of room on the back. The illusion, eliminate the self-negativity and the illusion that you are undeserving. In there, I want you to say, "I do deserve this, and so do my kids. My kids are worth it, and I am worth it." You have to tell yourself that you are worth this and you deserve it, okay? And instead of saying, "Why me?" it's time to say, "Why not me?" You have to release and acknowledge the past and just let it go. Forgive yourself and forgive others, because you have to do that to move on. You need to redefine and focus on today's happiness. Think of all those things that are great in your life and be grateful. Because there's nothing attractive about a person whose bottom lip is dragging on the ground, okay? Tiffany did a great segment at, I think it was a GoPro event, where she talked about checking in your baggage. You know, she's on the stage and she's got suitcases, she's in her trench coat, and they're doing a role play, and there's this air host, no, it's check-in, and she's saying, you're gonna check that in? You really want to check that in? and it's fantastic. Like, what baggage are you going to keep carrying around with you? It's time to let it go. It's time to say, okay, it happened, but now I'm moving on. And then when you acknowledge the things that are making you happy and you are grateful, then you can focus on things that will fulfill you in life. So really make sure that you take yourself through these steps, but do them. Don't make it just an activity and then toss this into a pile of other notes that you're collecting. Don't let this learning just become knowledge. This learning has to translate to activity, or it's a complete waste of time. Okay? Finally, visualize your dreams. Like, I dream about a pool in our yard. When we got the time, I know our kids will be out there all the time if we have one. But it is so much more. It is an entertaining area for our secret community nights. And I can see kids jumping in the pool, like big wide decks, and we're all standing around having a drink, and the blokes are over there flipping sausages next to the pool deck, and we've got this lovely entertaining area, and the boys are growing up, and now their friends come over, and instead of me losing my kids to the neighborhood is coming to us, and I can keep an eye on them, and I can help them create fun and create connections and those bonds and make lovely memories. Like, it is so much more than just a pool to me, you know. It is life. It is everything else around it. And when you visualize your dream, that's what I need you to do. You say you want to go to Egypt. Why do you want to go to Egypt? Why Egypt? What? How did that pop into your head? Yeah, it's a place that I would love to go to. When I was a little girl, I had this fascination for King Tutankhamun, and just recently I was looking through, a friend said that she had been to Egypt and she wants to go back, and so I started looking at some images to inspire her. And when I'm looking at these images, suddenly I got taken back to my childhood and this fascination, and I just started crying. It's like, oh my God, this is it. Like, I've done some traveling, and I don't care for it that much. It just seems more chore than anything else. But suddenly, when I was looking through these images of the museums and Tutankhamun and these archaeological digs and so on, I thought, oh my God, I have to go. Like, I've wanted to do this since I was a child, and I'd let it go, you know? So what we need to do is dig it up. We need to find what it is. And so I started to visualize, you know, going down the Nile and walking into these pyramids, and I went online, I started looking at what's it going to look like when I'm in there? What am I going to see? What am I going to experience? Will it smell musty? Is it going to be dirty on the ground, or will they have swept things away? Is it going to look like it's old, or is it all going to be in glass and so on? So I had to have a look, and you know, I let my senses run wild, and that's what you've got to do when you visualize your dreams. Not just go, oh yeah, I want to go to Egypt. Why? Oh, because there's pyramids and there's a Sphinx and King Tut was there and Cleopatra and stuff, and I just want to go and check it out. No. It's got to be emotional, okay? So visualize your dreams and your success. How am I going to feel when they present me on the stage? When Modi or Isaac pins that diamond pin, or and I get to slip that 6-figure ring on my finger, like, am I never going to take it off? How are you going to feel? Like imagine, and you're standing on that stage and you're looking out to all these people. Wow. And now all these people want to hear my story. And don't be afraid, because at that point you are going to be ready. Okay, you will have been on that growth journey. Along the way, you'll be doing presentations, you'll be doing overviews, you'll be doing regional events and so on. That's going to happen. It's all part of the journey. You are going to be ready, so don't be afraid of it. Stand there and look out and go, oh my God, this is my moment. Everybody wants to hear what I've got to say. You need to visualize your success, okay? The holiday, the pool, the fulfillment. Me packing up my kids and saying, you know what, we're going to Africa. And we've rounded up all these people who are going to help us drill this bore into the ground. And this community of people are going to have fresh water that they can pump out of a well. You need to visualize it. And then you need to take action, okay? That's what you've got to do. Don't leave it superficial. Take it deep, because that's where it needs to be. Now, on the next page, there is my deep why, okay? And you need to ask yourself all these questions, and this is an activity for you to do in your own time, okay? And these really dig deep. What is it excites, really and truly excites you? What moves you? What things do you like? What's important to you? What do you value? Do you align with Secret's values? What else do you value? You know, there's so much more to you than just that. What else is important to you? So write all that down, because you need to really connect with who you are, and then you need to set about organizing your goals and plans. And you know, there is this strategic cycle that I'll just really quickly talk you through, and then we're done. There is this thing called a situation analysis, and that's where you say, okay, well, where am I at right now? This month, January the 20th. January the 20th. Where am I at today? This is my life. Well, I've got debt, I've got a mortgage, I've got a husband and 2 kids, and I've got a dog, and we've got a house that needs renovating, and just outline it. We've got a shed business, and we've got 2 cars that need repairing, and so on. And this is where I'm at right now. And I'm this rank, and I'm getting paid this much, and then you start to consider, where do you want to be? And then look at that deficit. Okay, this is your situation. This is where I am, and this is where I want to be. And we've got to now plan our way to success. So then you need to set yourself some goals in stepping stones, okay? And plan your way through the ranks to achieve success. And then, of course, the rest is all action that nobody can do for you. We can certainly hold your hand, we can help you with demos, we can talk to people, you can attend business overviews and so on, but at the end of the day, you have to do the contacting, inviting, and that is such an important skill. So make sure that you plug into your back office, boot camp, and the Secret Academy, and learn from Tiffany and John and all the other secret leaders about contacting and inviting, and make sure that you get that down, because without that, we're not going to get too far. We have to invite people to check out our products and our opportunity, okay? So there is that cycle, and it's a continuous cycle, because every month we should be reevaluating our lives, where we're at, where our business is at, and reset our goals for that month. And of course, each month is just a part of the bigger picture over a 12-month and 3-year, 5-year plan. Okay, so I'm not going to go over this too much right now. We do have the dream chasing worksheet, and I will go over that. I have done it in the past, and I will do it again. And I think looking for my whiteboard, but it doesn't seem to be there. So look, I'm just going to use a piece of paper here and a pen to explain to you how you can rank up to a level by helping others achieve ranks, okay? So let's say you wanted to achieve the level of platinum at the end of the year. Platinum is 20,000 BV each side. If you are on a shared leg with a strong leader, then you can count yourself lucky. That's pretty good. But let's, for example, say, okay, what do we need to do to achieve that 20,000? What I don't want you to do is think that you've got to do all of this on your own, okay? What we need to do is keep doing exposure after exposure after exposure until we find people who are motivated enough to achieve the lower levels. Now, just for example, okay, if you found somebody driven and motivated enough to go Royale and you're going to help them, they are going to bring in 5,000 volume each side, and you've nailed half that platinum volume. You see that? What if we helped a few people get to bronze? Oh, here we go, I've got another pen here. Bronze. Bronze. These aren't big ranks, right? Not big. Bronze. And let's put an executive here down the bottom. If we help this person at the bottom go executive, that's 1,000 left, 1,000 right. That means at the bottom of that leg, there's 2,000 volume. That's got that person's bronze leg covered, and that one, and that one. And because there's bronzes here also achieving 2,000 on the other side, if they just had 2,000 here, that's 2,000, 4, 6, this way, 8,000 volume. So that's well and truly covered that Royale's outside leg. So if we simply help people to achieve levels of executive and bronze, and how is this person going to achieve bronze? By helping one person over here go executive. You see that? Does that make sense? An executive on either side is going to help this person achieve the level of bronze. And if that's all we do, just help people go executive. Executive, agent, executive agent, executive agent, executive agent. Then this person is going to go Royale no problem, and all these people have gone bronze. Now we just keep continuing that process, and this person will start to go Royale. Just always work at the bottom. Work at the bottom and help those people achieve executive. And before you know it, by helping other people, you're going to turn around, take a look, and you will have gone platinum. If you would like me to go through that with you a little more with the level that you would like to achieve, hit me up. I'm very happy to help you go through that and break down your 2016 goal into rank achievements, okay? Because you focus on others and helping them achieve little goals, then you will achieve a big one. Everyone, I want to thank you so much for taking the time We're at about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm all talked out. I hope you got some value out of that. I so appreciate you taking the time. I'm here to help you however you need it. And look, let's really make 2016 a year of significance. Let's make 2016 the year that we put Secret Australia on the map, okay? Because it needs to be. It needs to be, so that we can get the products, the growth, the events, the leaders that we desire. And at the end of all that work, the development, the activity, the personal growth is success and fulfillment. So let's go out and do it. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and I can't wait to talk to you all and help you achieve your dreams and goals. Mwah. Bye.